Yes, Daddy, yes.
So the new Jean stories just keeps having some more twists and turns, honey. It's like a K drama, okay? It been like a K drama though. But the latest in the updates and now is the Korean media. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Dun, dun, dun. The Korean media. Yes. Y'all know I have no love for the Korean media, but lately the Korean media have issued some harsh statements, some curt words, if you will, and we're going to talk about it and why you should do not for everything that you in your lifetime do not trust the Korean media, and I'm going to tell you why. But again, where are my manners? Año, anaseo, gracias, guten tag, hola, como estás, namaste. To all of my subscribers and my viewers worldwide, hello, hello, hello. I am Nomadic Kitty. Welcome to my K-pop haven. Um, I talk about the music industry. I talk about the Korean music industry, rather to be exact. I have family that I come from a family that was in the American music industry. I have friends that are in the Korean music industry. They are not idols. They're not singers. They're more adjacent, behind the scenes. And so I enlighten you guys with my insights and my knowledge and things that I hear in the business, outside the business. If you would like to become a member, because I am not a gossip channel, but if you become a member for $1.99 a month, I do post posts in my YouTube community tab. I do post gossips only for my members to watch, only their eyes only. So you will hear some of the gossip that I've heard in the industry that I don't put in my videos. I wouldn't put in my videos. I also have a weekly live stream Saturday 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's where it goes on. It goes off the rails. It is on and popping and fun in our weekly K-pop live stream where I talk about BTS updates, the industry, and everything else in between. I do have a shop. If you look on my channel, there's links to where I produce and create original merchandise for K-pop fans, original designs for, I'd say, the grown and sexy crowd, the mature fun. But anyway, without ado, first of all, I'm going to start with the facts and let you guys know what is going on, and then I'm going to give you guys my opinion, all of it, unadulterated, truthful opinion that you won't hear from anybody else but me, but yours truly. But anyway, so between November the 16th through November the 20th, there has been a series of articles released in the Korean media. Now, the Korean media varies. It goes from entertainment media, financial media, and also mainstream media. There are publications by JTBC, Asia News 10, the Korean Herald, Korean Times, Dispatch, etc., etc. So starting at like around the 15th or the 16th, Korean media, various outlets have posted articles. Now I was going to come on here and read the articles, but I'm just going to put links in the comment section. I'm not. There's a YouTuber named HYBE, and he has done 2 videos about this and read these particular articles. I too went and read the articles, and I'm not gonna like bore you guys by reading these articles. I'm just gonna give you a rundown. So, the first wave of articles came up, kind of criticizing New Jeans. These articles talked about New Jeans being disrespectful for their age. I'm paraphrasing. These articles talked about how New Jeans gave nighttime press conferences, and usually with the media in Korea, it's between 8 to 5, and usually, after 5, nobody really releases anything unless it's some music or something like that. But usually, people don't have press conferences at night. And New Jeans, over the course of 18 months, have done various press conferences, sometimes 7 p.m., 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, which left the Korean media scrambling to show up to their releases saying that they're going to do a press conference. So of course, the Korean media are going to be there. So they have to work after hours and get these equipment set up and all these things that they had to do. So they were complaining about that. Also, they were complaining about that in some of these press conferences, certain members of New Jeans were very snippet and kind of a tone of disrespectful to the Korean media when the Korean media were doing their press conferences and asking questions. They were a bit curt. They were a bit short-sighted. Like it didn't come across, even when you watch the press conferences, the ones that aren't translated, if you look at their body language, it came across as if they were a little bit, I would say just a smidge, maybe hostile. Some of y'all are watching this video going, girl, they was a lot hostile. And it came across as a smidge, a bit of disrespectful. And I said that I watched those press conferences months and months and months ago. So that's what they said about New Jeans. Then they come out with a slew of articles on Thursday, the 20th. They come out with a slew of articles talking about Min Hee Jin is like a K-drama villain, that Min Hee Jin, that she's ruined New Jeans' career, that Min Hee Jin seemed very arrogant. You understand what I'm getting? Like they're spinning a narrative now that perhaps Min Hee Jin led these girls astray and she acted very unprofessionally, stuff like that. I read those articles. I read those articles today. And so some people, some content creators, and I'm not hating on anybody, are like, oh my God, finally the media and the public is turning on Min Hee Jin. And that's one way of seeing it, but I don't see it that way. Okay? Honey, I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way at all. I am not letting the Korean media off the hook. Period. 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 Everybody knows, been to my live streams, been to my channel. No, I have no love, not an ounce of love for the Korean media. I don't trust them. I don't have an ounce of love for them. Ever since the Sugar Scooter thing and how they went on and on and on and on about that, I don't trust the Korean media. I saw the Korean media firsthand, learned throughout the years, dug up the history of the Korean media, which I should do a whole video about because it is very fascinating about the history of, especially the entertainment media and how they've came along. I will do a video about that. But I don't trust them, and neither should you. Last year, when all of this was going on with New Jeans, these are the facts. The facts is, number one, when Min Hee Jin came out with her press conference, first of all, the Korean media ate it up. They ate good off of Min Hee Jin. They got tons of clicks and views and ad revenue off of this whole New Jeans thing, but it started with Min Hee Jin doing her stupid press conferences where she up there looking like a broke down, beat down Charlie Brown. Where she up there with her green striped shirt and her hat on, and she was up there cussing and crying. The Korean media ate this up. There was very few outlets that actually criticized New Jeans and Min Hee Jin. There were outlets that were neutral, that just told the facts straight down the middle. Those were those. And then there was a lot of outlets in various articles with various reporters that slanted towards New Jeans and Min Hee Jin. So now those same reporters and those same publications are now lamenting how horrible Min Hee Jin was and how bratty and how New Jeans was a bunch of punks. Okay, no, I need you to pick a struggle, Korean media, please. So the Korean media, honey, on some kind of redemption arc. So you got New Jeans, they're trying to come back and possibly rebrand. We got Min Hee Jin, who is like, oh, don't blame the girls, and I got a new agency. And now the Korean media, the dastardly Korean media, are now on a redemption arc. Honey, please miss me with that bullshit. Miss me, all of that. Don't believe it and don't fall for it. We all remember, for those of us who followed this story since day one, and I have, that the reason why I became ARMY is because of this whole ADOR Min Hee Jin thing. That is one of the reasons why I became BTS ARMY. So I thank Min Hee Jin for that, and I have a whole video talking about that. But I'm not following this from the Korean media. I'm not believing that we saw the light. I saw the light. The only lights that the Korean media need to see is the dead lights, like from Pennywise. They need to see the Pennywise lights. That's what they need to see. They need to be caught in the dead lights like this. And then sucked on down into that hole with the little teeth. That's the only lights that they need to see. No, I do not believe the Korean media have seen the light. What I really want to believe, in my opinion, allegedly, allegedly, for me, I feel like the checks then came up dry. I said what I said. Let me say it again. The checks then came up dry. Let me say it 3 times. The checks then came up dry from Min Hee Jin. So that's my question. So y'all was all loving it. Y'all was eating good off of New Jeans. A lot of these publications favored either overtly or covertly or highly They weren't ashamed that they was, ADOR and HYBE. They was dragging Bang Shook, they was dragging ADOR, they was dragging Illit on the coup, they was dragging Le Seraphim. Yes, this is the same Korean media that did all that low key or high key drag these groups. And now all of a sudden Min Hee Jin is like some K-drama villain. Not okay. Now all of a sudden New Jeans is brats. They disrespectful. So now the public is like, oh, well, yeah, you're right. Min Hee Jin, y'all right. She not a good person. What? Y'all was talking cash money-ish in the comment section that I used to read underneath these articles. They were like, Min Hee Jin is a champion. She's a champion for women everywhere. She's fighting the good fight. What happened to all that? Now that's gone. Oh, she not fighting the good fight. Oh, she not. Oh, she greedy now. Not the articles coming out. Well, Min Hee Jin is just greedy. She just, no. So what happened, Korean media? Y'all PR checks came up dry. Well, last Friday, did the money not deposit? Did the money not deposit from the PR firm that Min Hee Jin hired, allegedly? Did them checks bounce? Or did the deposit not come in? Now y'all all suddenly seen the light. I said, oh, okay. Because again, allegedly, it was out there that Min Hee Jin, again, allegedly, rumor, was hiring a PR firm to issue press releases and press conferences that this is enough evidence out there that this was orchestrated. Even the whole Team Bunnies bush was orchestrated. It was highly organized, highly orchestrated, that they was using PR firms or bots or bot farms to pop up in people's comments and on people's videos and people's Reddit sites. There's enough evidence out there that a lot of this was orchestrated. And again, the Korean media ate it all. They lapped it all up. And now the Korean media is like, oh, well, what? And I'm supposed to take, and we supposed to take this ish seriously. I mean, I'm happy that the public is finally seeing what a lot of us international fans saw through it day one. It was weird. It was bizarre. These press conferences from Min Hee Jin and New Jeans and everything that Min Hee Jin said to me, in my opinion, was weird. I'm like, oh, that's weird. The things that she was talking about, and she tried to drag BTSV into her. Y'all remember all that? I talked about that on my live streams about what she really was talking about. That you had to read between the lines when she talking about V was text messaging her at night and he was calling her on her birthday in the military, and V just seemed so concerned about her well-being. And girl, what you really trying to say, Min Hee Jin? I knew what she was really trying to say. But nobody wanted to talk about it. What grown woman executive is going to be talking about a male that they work underneath the same company that she worked with on his album, and she's talking about they're having a familial type relationship? I know what she was insinuating, in my opinion, and it wasn't effing friendship. I could read between the lines. I understand gender roles in South Korea. And I knew what she was trying to say. But people didn't want to go there. But I went there. I was like, well, I'm going to go there. I was like, this is my opinion. I've said it over and over again. And so the media didn't say anything about that. Not anything. All this information came out with the cacao messages. The media didn't say anything about that 6, 7, 8, 9 months ago. They didn't say anything about that. New Jeans got up there and did interviews talking about Korea wants us to be revolutionaries, and I just think this is how the music industry is, and it's horrible. And y'all let Hani get up there before the National Assembly, and y'all wrote about it, and y'all lapped it. Y'all Korean media ate it up. And they got up there, and they took pictures, and Hani got up there and cried, and they were like, oh, poor Hani. Oh. The media's like, oh, but they're just artists. And now all of a sudden they didn't do a whole 360. Don't fall for this, ladies and gentlemen, from the Korean media. I don't put any validation in anything that the Korean media say. They can report stuff, I will report it back. But again, when they're offering their editorials or their little opinions, now I don't want to hear it. Just report me the facts, Korean media. I don't want to hear about your editorializing. I don't want to hear about reporters just want to come up here and drag Min Hee Jin. No, don't do that. Don't. I don't want to hear it. I don't trust it. I don't want to hear it. And again, in my opinion, I'm gonna say it on the record. The check wasn't in the mail. I said what I said. The check probably wasn't in the mail. Min Hee Jin got enough legal issues. She probably don't have the same money and same investments. She's trying to start her own. She getting her own building with her own. She probably like, look at me now. I ain't got time to be paying you right now. So, it's how I go. Again, this is my opinion, not fact, my opinion. Because all of a sudden, they didn't turn. Even when the first reports coming out about the 2 younger members and the 3 older members, even then, the media was trying to stay neutral and they was kind of taking New Jean's side. Now, all of a sudden, now, starting the 16th, they didn't change their tune now. Again, did y'all not get y'all checks? So don't trust it, y'all. So that's all I have to say about the Korean media. But I had to come over here and tell y'all because, again, ridiculousness. So what do you think about the Korean media? What do you think about them like now suddenly changing their tunes? Do you not trust it like I don't trust it? Or maybe you do. Maybe you feel like, maybe Korean society and maybe the public is changing their tune, whatever. But, hey, we can agree to disagree. As long as you stay respectful. Baby, we can agree to disagree. Ooh, yeah. We can agree to disagree. But go ahead and put it in the comments. Let me know what you think. You agreeing with me? Or maybe you're just happy to see that the public has finally turned and finally seen the right side of history in this situation. And I would have to agree with that. I'm glad they have. But anyway, like, share, subscribe my channel. And until the next video, you guys, peace and hair grease. And wait a minute.